What are you doing?
Mind your business.
What are you doing to my food? There are just so many unique and interesting recipes out there, and I just feel compelled to try them. I need to know if they're as good as everyone is saying they are, or if they, either could use some tweaks, or they're just not my taste. We got some interesting ones today that I am a little bit nervous about. We are gonna do this. We're gonna persevere. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you're notified every single time a new video goes live every single Saturday. Forceful about that. Remind myself. And we're gonna start with one that I actually found on Instagram, and it's like a shin ramen and mac and cheese combination, which at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but it looks really good. And Chris actually puts like processed cheese in with his like ramen soup, so like there is something there that I can get behind. So you really only need two things. You need this Easy Mac, I think it's called. It's just like the cup one. And then shin ramen. So let's do this. Starting with making the mac and cheese in the microwave. Actually, first I guess I should put water on to boil. So just getting some water. Stick that on to boil. Now while that's boiling, we're gonna make this. Fill to here. Okay. Filling more water into the microwave you go. And now we're gonna go over to the stove. We're gonna add our mix-ins. And we mix, and it sounds like also the mac and cheese is ready. Hold while this mixes. This is also Dunsky. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna add in our noodles. So weird. And our cheese powder. And then we are gonna mix it. Apparently this is just gonna come together as like more of it looks like more of a sauce when everyone else seems to do it. Let's see. Okay. Never have I had macaroni noodles in my ramen, but here we are. I can kind of smell the mac and cheese. Okay. What do you call mac and cheese where you're from? Because I feel like every place is a little bit different. This is going to burn my face. Okay, I get it. I think Christopher's gonna like this. Christopher, you wanna try this? This feels up your alley, I think. Mac and cheese and shin ramen.
I guess my question would be, what do the noodles add? Like the mac and cheese noodles, what do they add to the mix, Like, because they sell the cheese powder. So
right.
Could you just add that cheese powder to your ramen? Doesn't sound bad.
I feel like that would be the answer. I think the mac and cheese noodles are just annoying at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I like a processed cheese slice sometimes in my ramen. That kind of got the same vibe. Same flavor anyway. It doesn't give the same creaminess necessarily.
But it's not creamy either. Like it has that, I don't know.
There's a bit of richness to it that cheese brings. Yeah, for sure.
I like that, honestly. I prefer that to the processed cheese in it.
I think I probably still prefer the processed cheese, but both good.
Who knew? Now we have lunch. By we, I mean me.
I would say get the powder and add it to your ramen. That's very tasty. Yeah,
but no need to do everything.
Not necessary.
Yeah, no.
Not at all.
That's good though.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Next up, I want to go into something that is actually a spin on something that I haven't made in so long. I don't even remember the last time I made these. And that is Rice Krispie Squares. So in order to do the recipe that I found online that looked really interesting, I had to have like Rice Krispie Squares. So obviously we made some last night. All right, listening to YouTube shows, let's make some Rice Krispies. Oh my gosh, I guess the lid wasn't on. Ah! I'm doing a half batch because I feel like I don't have enough marshmallows for this. That's why I'm measuring. Ooh, I think I have enough. Butter, marshmallows in. I did save some for like after. Then we stir. Beautiful. It will take every ounce of willpower for me to not sit and eat all of this right now. Here they are. Very excited. Forget how much I actually love Rice Krispie Squares. Like I really love them. Come on. And what we're gonna do with this is just, I feel like I've talked about this so much this summer. I do so many variations on this one dessert, and it's s'mores. And I saw someone take these, roast them over a fire, and because they have marshmallows in them, the marshmallows get all toasty and delicious, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need it. Clearly that's what we're doing here today. Just wanna eat some, okay? So good. And I don't know if you've been following the saga with my camera, but I'm down a camera again. And so I'm going to take the expert of marshmallow roasting to roast this while I film it from my phone. Christopher?
Yes.
You want to do a really fun thing with this thing? I need to film it. And I have no patience for marshmallow roasting, like at all. I wish I did. I wish I had patience in general. I am low on that, especially when it comes to foodstuffs. But I feel like these like little pockets, I have these little pockets of marshmallows are going to make this really good. To the point where I'm actually currently at the cottage. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but that's where I am. But this may be something to try at the cottage.
Kind of a good idea.
I know! And we don't have a fire, but we do have that guy, so let's attempt to film this. I can hear it sizzling, which makes me really nervous. The Rice Krispies are getting real nice and toasty. This is going real fast though. A lot faster than I expected. This is so interesting looking. I don't even know what to make of this. Christopher, what do you think? Is this gonna be good or bad?
I don't know. This is going real fast. I'm worried it's gonna taste a little burny.
No, not Bernie. That's the kind of marshmallow toasting I do.
Over a campfire, it would go a little slower. I mean, this is
Yeah.
pretty concentrated flame.
I'm trying to see if that like little pocket of marshmallow at the end is gonna, it's on fire there for a second.
Trying to get an even coating, you know?
Yeah.
Important to me.
I wonder if you took like an actual Rice Krispie square, like a tray of them, and you set it on broil on the oven. I mean,
You really have to watch it.
100%, but like that might be interesting.
Feels pretty even to me.
Yeah, it looks great. All right, let's try it. Look how much more toasted it is. It's like it applied some self-tanner. Here we go. I want to try it. Wait. Okay, yes, it's a little burnt on some of these pieces because like flame, but like this is actually really good. What? Christopher, do you want to try this? You did make it.
You got a little bit?
Yeah, you got a little bit.
All right.
Like, other than the burn bits? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with that?
There's way more toasted marshmallow flavor in that than I expected.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. It's so soft and like still crunchy. You get all of the elements of a s'more without like graham cracker and chocolate, but like you get a lot of those elements. What if you put chocolate chips in there? Hold on.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
What are you doing?
Mind your business.
Christopher, what are you doing? What are you doing to my food? I am so happy with this right now. What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you for free that this content is already up on my Instagram. 100%. Whoever came up with this, I don't know who it is. I don't know who to credit. But whoever you are so smart and wise beyond your years. I like it so much more than a regular one.
Yeah, way better.
I'm so angry. Like, that's the only way I'm ever having Rice Krispie squares moving forward. Period. Dang, that's so good. Oh, Christopher, yup. Melted chocolate, everyone.
A melted dairy milk bar on top? Come on.
Come on, it's the most Canadian thing. Come on.
Come on, eh?
Don't say A.
Alrighty.
That's a very specific region of Canada.
Coming straight out of Beausejour, Manitoba. Maybe even Tyndall.
This is so specific to such a small percentage of people.
One person in the comments is going to lose their mind.
I'm really upset that I don't have an overhead shot to show you guys because it is worthy of that. So I'm just gonna come right up in your face with this. Can you see how delightful and incredible that is? Wow, I'm so excited. Do you just run away after putting the chocolate on? You just leave me with this? That was a poor decision.
I'm coming back. I'm sorry to hear that it's bad. I'll just take it away.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like it better without the chocolate.
Oh, good.
Christopher! Okay, let me explain. The chocolate takes over everything. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, then just eat some chocolate.
Okay.
I think it needs like a drizzle, like a dark chocolate drizzle or something, like just like a hint of chocolate would be fantastic.
I could see that.
No, I don't even want any more.
Okay, I do.
I'm legit not gonna eat that unless I'm cooking it over a stove. You don't see me later cooking this over a stove.
I believe it.
That's all I'm gonna be doing. It's so good, everyone. Please go and do that. I bet this would be good with other things too. What if we tried this with like Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Maybe not that.
Flying too close to the sun.
I went overboard on it, but like I'm trying to think of other cereals that would be very good with this. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But this is delicious and I'm so happy. Yep, we're bringing out the food processor for the next one. And this is I just need to know how well this works and how much of a difference this makes because this is a very, very easy recipe for the most part. Though I am curious how it cleans. And that is taking brie, which is like a nice like a charcuterie board staple. Sometimes we bake it. But this person said that something that Thomas Keller serves at one of his restaurants is whipped brie. And it looks really straightforward, pretty easy to do. And so I want to try it and see if I like the texture better than, say, just like cubes of brie. So the first step of this is like a twofold. So we're actually gonna leave this and work on another recipe while this comes to room temperature. But first, this is very cold brie, and we're gonna use that to our advantage to cut the rind off. I know that some people like the rind, and that's great, but I don't like it, and the recipe calls to remove it. So I'm going to do that, though, I mean, if you do like it, there are probably lots of recipes in which you could incorporate it. Oh, I'm gonna spray my knife. That's gonna make this a lot easier. And then we're just gonna cut off the rind. I'm trying to be as precise as possible. But I mean, you get it. We're just cutting off some rind. And then we're gonna let this come to room temperature once we cube it before we put it in the food processor. So there's like a couple of steps to this. Okay, we're gonna finish this. So we have our cubes of brie, but I can't do anything with these cubes of brie because they have to come to room temperature first. Brie, so dramatic, very needy. So I can't actually use this right now, which is perfect because I actually have another cheese thing. This one, appetizer. Next one, dessert, because we're using cottage cheese to make cookie dough. I don't know how I feel about this one, I'm gonna be honest. I gotta move you to the side, processor of foods, and bring in blender. So we're gonna start with a full thing of cottage cheese into the blender. You're gonna make me get a spoon for this. There was a time that I liked cottage cheese, and now I don't buy it anymore. You know what actually is really good with cottage cheese, just in case you do like it? Omelets. You put this in an omelet with tomato, it's spectacular. Just make sure the tomato has all of its like juice out of it, otherwise that ruins it. But very tasty. Just thought you should know. And then to this, we are gonna add in a 1/4 cup of maple syrup and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla. This is supposed to be like a desserty type thing that's more on the healthy side, like lots of protein in it, is my understanding. Got our vanilla. And then we're gonna blend this aggressively until it is smooth. That's my addition to the aggression. Are you smooth? I think you're smooth. I need a bowl. We are going to pour this into said bowl. Credit to you, blender, that's smooth. Then to this, I'm gonna mix in 2 cups of oat flour, only because the recipe calls for almond flour, but we already know the song and dance of that one. And then in the comments I was reading that people were substituting in oat flour, and it has a very similar consistency in the end. But I mean, if you can use almond flour, that's probably a better option. Bodie goodness, and you go. And a 1/2 cup of vanilla protein powder. Then we're going to mix. Okay, so this is the stuff right here. I mean, it looks kind of grainy, real gross, but we're gonna add in our chocolate chips now. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put some in a bowl because I am so unconvinced that I'm going to like this that I don't even want to waste the chocolate chips, because they want you to add in a cup of dark chocolate chips, and I mess heavy with the dark chocolate chips. I love them in cookies, and I just feel like that would be very wasteful if I didn't end up liking this recipe. This would already be very sad. Mix, 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 mix. Just so we're all on the same page, this is the consistency of what we're working with right now. It doesn't look very appealing, but I cannot tell you how many videos I've come across of people like just singing the praises of this. The oats are very granular. So again, I tried to blend them up as much as I could, and I can see why people would say that the almond flour is probably superior here. This is very oat forward. I will say I do not taste any cottage cheese, which is good, but I don't love the consistency of it. And again, that could just because I had to make a substitution, and the substitution maybe wasn't the greatest. So overall, would I make this? No, I don't think the way that I have to make it, it doesn't taste very good, but I will say it did mask the cottage cheese entirely. Cannot taste it at all. Now I have washed out blender, and we're going on to another blender recipe. And this one is actually twofold. So the first one I thought was just a really interesting hack that just pairs well with this recipe. And that's for when you're making smoothies, just taking like coconut milk and putting it into a little like ice cube trays so that you have some ready to go. It's gonna add creaminess to your smoothie, and it's like and easy to freeze form. So did that last night. All right, this should be pretty straightforward. I have my container. Christopher's cooking in the background. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
And I have my coconut milk. And then I'm just gonna pour that into these containers and let them freeze. This is gonna help with the smoothie making tomorrow. I'm not gonna fill them all the way. I'm gonna fill them like halfway, kind of, I guess. All right. There we go. Out to the freezer they go. Ta-da! And here we have them. It's like little blocks. So I want to see how well these blend up. I want to see how this smoothie is because there's something in this I have never used before. I also froze them separately, like all the same ingredients, because I want to try it in the Ninja Creamy. I just want to see what the difference is in terms of consistency. They both have smoothie bowl capabilities, and I'm just curious which one reigns supreme. So into Blenda, we are doing 2 cups of frozen mango. And then they used 5 of these little coconut cubes, but mine are bigger, so I'm gonna do 3. And then a 1/4 cup of coconut milk. Oh, I was gonna use this for the next ingredient. And that ingredient is spirulina, I think it's how it's pronounced. And it's an algae that has all sorts of like different vitamins and minerals in it. They're supposed to be really good for you. And I've never used it before. So like, I'm pretty excited about this. Oh my gosh, it's so blue. Huh. 1 teaspoon. Gosh, it's so blue. It's so fun. I love this. And now we blend. This is going to, I know you're going to be difficult for me. Hold while I get this to work. This is not as easy as they make it look in the video. A lot of like stirring around. It's not even blue. Kind of green, pale blue maybe? I don't know. So I'm gonna keep working on this, but I wanted to show you because I want to have this done at the same time. And this is just exactly the same ingredients. Threw in the blue stuff in there, and I'm gonna blend this back there. And then we will do a taste comparison. Which one is easier? Which one has better consistency? All that fun stuff. I'm excited. Ta-da! Now it's kind of looking like the video. Smooth. I want to give it a little bit of a stir to get more of that blue in there, and then do like a respin, you know? Oh, look at that. That is so pretty. So excited. In terms of color, they're very similar. I would say that the Ninja Creamy one is a little bit bluer. I kind of just have my dishwashing gloves right out here. But I'm curious in terms of the taste. Like, are they similar in taste and texture? Okay. Okay. I gotta say, the Vitamix wins. It does. Now, could I respin this on like an ice cream setting or something? Maybe make it a little bit more smooth? Probably. The Ninja Creamy, I do not regret buying that. That thing is fantastic. But I had pieces of mango in here, and I've done it before. Like I did like frozen, like the peaches, we tested the whole thing. Dumped a bunch of canned peaches in and did it. So like dumping in mango shouldn't be any different. And I have to say, I like the consistency of it better in the Vitamix. It just tastes better. That is interesting because this was a lot more work. So I was kind of hoping that the Ninja Creamy would come through and be like the better option here. But it's better. It just is. Now in terms of taste, I didn't even explain what the tastes like. It is very coconut forward. If you like something that has a very strong coconut taste, you will love this. I'm not getting a ton of mango in it. It's good. It's not my favorite thing though. It's like more of a personal preference taste thing though. Christopher, do you want to try these things?
What's that?
This bear of a project with my spirulina. I tested it in the blender. Blenda versus Ninja Creamy. Tell me what consistency you like better.
That's very smooth.
Very smooth. You can say, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah, much smoother out of there.
Right?
A little bit chunky still in there.
I think it's the mango.
The mango.
There's
Yeah,
mango
yeah,
chunks
yeah.
in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I think if maybe I respun it under like ice cream or something, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't
Worth a try.
know what it is. Maybe I can do it again under smoothie bowl and it'll just make it smoother.
That's a much
But
smoother.
so much
Really
smoother
nice.
at the blender,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because it was so much more work. It was like just a beast. But don't regret buying the Ninja Creamy because it is
Oh, no,
phenomenal.
it's great. Yeah.
It's
It
so phenomenal.
just might not be for that project.
In terms of smoothie though, like this is technically a smoothie bowl. Like you have it and then you eat it.
Throw some berries on top, make
Oh.
it all Instagram.
So pretty.
Yeah.
With like toasted coconuts, berries, little
Yeah.
granola.
I don't think that needs any extra coconut.
I was thinking like toasted. just to kind of like bring a different edge to the coconut. It's good though. It's very coconut forward though, so you have to enjoy coconut. I'm not getting a ton of mango.
No, but there's some sweetness there that is probably that.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I'm just a little sad that my Ninja Creamy didn't come through in the first round. But if you have any recommendations on how to make this better, let a girl know. Now we are missing one other thing because we haven't done it yet, and that's the brie. The brie is finally to room temperature. About time. You step to the side for a minute, and into the food processor goes all of that cubed brie we did. I'm gonna start it on low. Oh, it'd be good if I plugged it in. I said on. I've upset it, Christopher. Okay, it's coming together. I'm just gonna scrape the sides. I mean, gosh. Can you tell I don't use this often? It looks very nice and whipped. Let's grab a cracker. Now, would this taste best on a like toasted piece of baguette? Yes, it would. Do I have that? No. So my beautiful brie is going onto a cracker. Now, granted, I haven't seasoned this at all or like done anything with it. So you could do like a caramelized onion would be really good. Like the person in the video did like a really cool honeycomb. That looked boss. But like it's creamy, very good. And I think that's a great way of making a dip. So good. Let me know if you are gonna try any of these recipes or if you have before. Any tips and tricks are always appreciated. And make sure you subscribe. New videos here every single Saturday. Make sure you click the notification bell so you don't miss out. I hope that you're having a fantastic, fantastic Saturday, and I will see you guys all on the next one.